Sonic the Hedgehog CD, shortened to Sonic CD, is a 1993 platform game developed and published by Sega for the Sega CD. The Sega CD was a separate purchasable accessory for the Sega Mega Drive/Sega Genesis. When attached to a Sega Mega Drive/Sega Genesis, it allowed CDs to be used as the game's media output, adding increased quality of music, visuals, and gameplay. Hence the simple name of this game, Sonic CD. Sonic CD began as a port of the original Sega Genesis/Mega Drive game, Sonic the Hedgehog, created in 1991. But it eventually developed into a separate project. Led by Sonic's co-creator, the developers sought to showcase the technical capabilities of the Sega CD, with animated cutscenes and CD-quality music. The soundtrack, influenced by house and techno music, was composed, and interestingly enough, for North America, an entirely new soundtrack was composed. Sonic CD is a side-scrolling platform game very similar to the original Sonic the Hedgehog. Players control Sonic the Hedgehog as he ventures to stop his arch-enemy, Dr. Robotnik, from obtaining the magical time stones and conquering Little Planet. Like previous games, Sonic can destroy enemies and objects, such as certain walls and television monitors containing power-ups, by rolling into a ball, and collects rings as a form of health. Sonic can also perform a spin dash and a brand new super peel out, both of which increases speed. Sonic CD has 7 levels. Each is split into 3 zones, the third of which ends in a boss fight against Dr. Robotnik himself. Players start with 3 lives which are lost when they suffer any type of damage without rings in their possession. Losing all lives results in a game over, and a rather creepy soundtrack for the game over compared to other Sonic titles. One of the most significant changes is that Sonic CD is differentiated from other Sonic games for its time travel mechanic, which allows players to access different versions of rounds set in the past, present, and future. You can go to the past, you can go to the future, but you can also have variants such as the bad future, where Dr. Robotnik reigns supreme, or you can create a good future in which Dr. Robotnik is defeated and peace reigns. Or you can go to the past, to a time that predates Dr. Robotnik, although you may discover that Robotnik's influence goes very, very far back in time. In Sonic CD, Sonic starts the first 2 zones in the present. The third zone is always set in the future, its timeline dependent on whether the player destroyed robot transporters in the past, set by Dr. Robotnik. If you neglect to take care of the past, your future lies in ruin. Sonic can travel through time by hitting signs labeled past or future, maintaining his speed for a consistent time afterward. Bad future stages are neglected and littered with machinery after Robotnik has conquered the Little Planet, appropriately named Bad Futures. The player is encouraged to convert each zone into a good future with bright colors, thriving nature, and a few enemies. To achieve a good future in each zone, players must travel to the past and destroy a hidden transporter where enemy robots spawn. Achieving a good future in every zone unlocks the best ending. There are 2 ways to unlock the best ending in Sonic the Hedgehog CD. Travel to the past and destroy Dr. Robotnik's robot transporters. Or alternatively, you can collect 50 rings and finish a stage, where you enter a special stage, done in a special 3D style, where you have an opportunity to obtain a time stone rather than a Chaos Emerald this time. If you clear the special stage by smashing some UFOs, which are deceptively tricky to grab, you are rewarded with a time stone. Collect all 7, and all robot transporters in the past are automatically destroyed without having to even visit it. So, you can either collect all the time stones or destroy the robot generators. In this video, I will show you how to do both. Sonic CD really is a spectacular game. Sega planned originally to release the Sega CD add-on for its Genesis and Mega Drive, and wanted a Sonic game that would demonstrate its more advanced features. The designer of Sonic was Sonic CD's director. The remainder of the team comprised Sega staff who had developed The Revenge of Shinobi, Golden Axe 2, and Streets of Rage. All magnificent games in their own right, and games you will see on this channel one day. The team built Sonic CD using the original Sonic the Hedgehog code as a base. Sonic CD was conceived as an enhanced port of Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega CD, but it gradually developed into a separate project. It was titled CD Sonic the Hedgehog. They almost got the name the first time, before eventually renaming it simply Sonic CD. Many do not consider Sonic CD a sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic 2, although the artist, Yasushi Yamaguchi, said its story may be set between the two. So perhaps Sonic CD is canon between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Sonic the Hedgehog had a balance on speed and platforming. STI built on the speed with Sonic 2's more focused level designs. However, the development team sought to focus on the platforming and exploration aspects. The ideas were to make the world and setting larger and to add more replayability. They succeeded, and it's something you can enjoy playing for a long time. According to the artist, Kazuyuki Yoshino, because it was a Sega CD game, the team wanted Sonic CD to stand out compared to previous Sonic games. The visuals were designed to resemble CG imagery. The Sonic sprite on the title screen was based on a Sonic figurine by Taku Makino that the team photographed and scanned. Sonic CD marks a historical debut for 2 characters that would become mainstays in the Sonic franchise: Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. Amy Rose would go on to be a fully playable character in future Sonic titles, and significantly attached to the Sonic the Hedgehog character as Sonic's self-proclaimed girlfriend. This part of her personality has evolved and shaped over the years, but generally, the headcanon for most people is that Amy is head over heels in love with Sonic, at least in this game, and Sonic's running as fast as he can to get away from her. Her character has changed, but overall has stayed as one of the most popular and endearing Sonic the Hedgehog franchise characters. Sonic CD also marks the debut of one of Sonic's greatest foes, Metal Sonic. Hyper Metal Sonic became a fan-favorite character, a metallic creation of Dr.Robotnik. He was designed to be greater than Sonic the Hedgehog in every way and was an absolute success. Dr. Robotnik created Metal Sonic, and his iconic design, speed, and overall vibe have resonated with the Sonic the Hedgehog fanbase. Metal Sonic can be found in various areas in Sonic CD. Before making storyline progress, he can be found in the past terrorizing innocent animals under the orders of Dr. Robotnik, and eventually culminates in a dramatic race between Sonic and Metal Sonic on who is truly the fastest. Metal Sonic would go on to be the antagonist of other Sonic the Hedgehog games, such as Sonic Heroes, and developed more of a personality, being willing to disobey Dr. Robotnik and having signs of madness. On the topic of this, both Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie franchise has proved to be very, very popular, so much so that there will be a movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 4. And from all appearances and inside information, it appears that Sonic the Hedgehog 4's plot will borrow heavily from the plot of Sonic CD while doing its own thing. Hopefully, people enjoy it when it arrives. And selfishly, I hope I get some traffic on this channel doing Sonic CD when that movie comes out, but that's just a secret between the two of us, alright, my friend? Finally, Sonic CD was released in Japan on September 23rd, 1993, and in Europe a few weeks later in October. After being delayed for the new soundtrack in America, it was released in America on November 23rd, 1993, alongside Sonic Chaos and Sonic Spinball, as part of Sega of America's Sonic Free on One-Day release strategy. Sonic CD, despite being the flagship game for Sega CD, is the only Sonic game on the Sega CD. Now, Sonic CD stands the test of time, no pun intended. Or maybe it was. It's generally considered to be one of the finest entries in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, even after more than 20 years since its creation. Its mix of exploration, fun gameplay, high-quality soundtrack, and just having a great vibe makes it a sonic blast to play. Sonic CD is a classic title, and one I'm more than pleased to share with you all in an ASMR entertainment form. Now, before we begin this video, I'd like to implore you to please check out my channel, Alakazam ASMR. I provide a variety of content, ranging from entire game playthroughs with extensive information, character roleplays, book reviews, and much, much more to come in the future. Just like this game, having a good future. Let's hope that our future together is good. So please, feel free to check out my channel, Alakazam ASMR, as I bring you high-quality ASMR entertainment content. And without further ado, the introduction documentary is complete. You just need to do one thing for me now, my friend. Sit back and relax. I got this. And so, our story begins. At Never Lake, an extraterrestrial body, little planet, appears in the last month of every year. Sonic's nemesis, Dr. Robotnik, has chained the planet to a mountain and begun transforming it into a giant fortress with his robot army. To execute his plan, Robotnik uses the Time Stones, 7 diamonds which control the flow of time and space, hidden in the different zones. Sonic ventures to the planet, followed by the lovely Amy Rose, his self-proclaimed girlfriend. Robotnik dispatches his newest creation, Metal Sonic, to kidnap Amy at Collision Chaos, luring Sonic into danger. Sonic the Hedgehog sets out to travel to the past and destroy Dr. Robotnik's influence so that they may have a good future for the entire world, and free Amy Rose from the clutches of Metal Sonic and the nefarious schemes of Dr. Robotnik. It's a supersonic flight. Gotta keep it going. Sonic will go to the past, present, and carve a good future in Sonic the Hedgehog CD. This video is a video created with the intention of evoking ASMR, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and hopefully having some fun together along the way. That's why I call it ASMR entertainment. A mixture of relaxation, gameplay, fun, and cozy chill vibes. Now, my friend, all you gotta do is sit back and relax, and please enjoy as we begin Sonic the Hedgehog CD ASMR. There's no circumstance you can't handle when you use your mind. Let us master the system and save the future in Sonic the Hedgehog CD ASMR. Please enjoy, my friends. Gotta go fast. And welcome, my friends, to Sonic CD ASMR. Let us begin another great adventure through time and space in Sonic CD ASMR. Let's go, my friends, together. We begin in Palm Tree Panic Zone. Very similar to the Green Hill Zone from the original Sonic the Hedgehog and Emerald Hill from Sonic 2. Here I explain the core gameplay of Sonic CD. Rings act as your life. You take damage without a ring equipped, and you lose a life. Sonic can move around by jumping, and also turning into a ball, known as the Spin Dash, right here. And every time you defeat a badnik, it turns into a little flower. Sonic CD also debuts this, the Super Peel Out, a way to go fast right away. It doesn't give you the protection of a Spin Dash, but adds enhanced speed. Now, let us explore the map. This box allows us to go significantly faster. And the soundtrack is CD quality. After all, this is Sonic CD. Now, Sonic CD and its main gimmick change from other Sonic titles are these two signposts, marked Future and Past. If we go into the future by running quickly for a prolonged period of time, we will glow. Once we run for long enough, we will go into the future. But Robotnik is up to no good in the past. If we don't resolve it, it will be a bad future. So instead, we go to the past, staying fast. And Sonic travels through time. Gotta go back to the past. Now look. Palm Tree Panic significantly changes. Now it looks like it's more primordial, prehistoric, Cenozoic, stoic. I'm just rhyming words now, aren't I? Yep. Now the main objective, to try and secure the good ending and best ending of the game, is to go to the past and find Dr. Robotnik's robot transporters. Now, if Robotnik is left unchecked, the future will become a bad future where Dr. Robotnik reigns supreme. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. In the past are also these holograms of his newest creation, Metal Sonic, terrorizing the poor innocent animals under Robotnik's orders. Not now, watch. By destroying a holographic projector of Metal Sonic, the animals are freed from the evil influence of Robotnik. And every now and then in the overworld, you'll see animals happily flying around, undisturbed, as things should be. Now, we have found a Metal Sonic hologram. This does not affect the ending of the game destroying Metal Sonic holograms, but I can't stand to see animals terrorized, so we're gonna grab them all. Now over here is a robot transporter. If we destroy it, now we can activate the good future, but in order to do that, we have to go to the present, where we came from. So to trigger time travel, move very quickly and keep the momentum for a certain amount of time, and this happens. Now Sonic launches off back to the present of Palm Tree Panic. Now that our good work in the past is done, we've got off to a good start. Now, let's go explore more of the level. Sonic CD encourages you to explore the map as much as you possibly can. You can run as fast as you can to the... Uh-oh. This doesn't look good for Sonic. It's his self-proclaimed girlfriend, Amy Rose. She's persistent, I'll give her that. Maybe Sonic's excited to see her. I don't know, what do you think, everyone? Yeah, he looks very excited. Oh, she's hugging him. Well, Sonic, aren't you enjoying this? Oh, that look says it all. Or maybe he is enjoying it. Who knows? But we can't get going very fast now with Amy Rose attached to us. So, sorry, lovely Amy Rose. Gotta leave you behind for now. But, knowing Amy, she'll be chasing Sonic anytime soon. Now, we can always go back to the past by triggering a signpost, but we've already been there, so we need to try and find a way to go to the future. Now, because we have destroyed the robot generator in the past, we've ensured that this zone will have a good future. So why not visit the future to find out what it looks like? And I'm gonna try and discover that for you all. We need to find a signpost that says future. Once we find that, we just gotta go fast enough, and we can witness a world free from the influence of Dr. Robotnik. It was nice to see Amy, even if Sonic is a little bit impatient with her. After all, he's a free spirit. He doesn't like to be, slowed down. Although it's terrifying the idea that Amy can keep up with Sonic a lot of the time just by wanting to. She's manifesting super speed, all right. Now, well, I think I see a signpost. Yes, future. Now the tricky part is, going to the future is finding a location on the map where you can keep momentum going and not stopping. There are many creative ways to do this. So let's try this one out. By launching into the air, you are still attempting to time travel. Check this out. Successful. Now Sonic will travel to the future, but now freed from Robotnik's influence. It's a good future. and in the good future, there is a significant difference. More blue skies like the blue fur on Sonic the Hedgehog. And a significant difference if you activate the good future of a zone. In most scenarios, there are no enemies whatsoever to attack you, meaning all you have to worry about is environmental hazards, so you can go all the way to the end of the stage uninterrupted. Now, Sonic's getting a little bit, okay, I was just vibing a little bit to the music there, because notice how even the soundtrack changes as you go from past to present to future. Hit the signpost to end the stage. Sonic made a good future in Zone 1. But that's not all. By hitting the giant ring at the end triggered by collecting 50 rings, we enter the special stage. The special stage is done from a 3D perspective, showcasing the Sega CD's capabilities. In this trippy environment, we need to crash into these UFOs. If we destroy all 6, we will be rewarded with a time stone. So the true ending of the game can be obtained by destroying all the robot generators in the past of every single zone, or by collecting all 7 time stones. You don't need to go to the past, as you are truly master of time. Why can't we be master of both? You are on a time limit. Anytime you fall into a hazard such as water, you lose 10 seconds of time. So you have to make sure you're either very quick or very careful, or both, in destroying these UFOs. But trust me, this is a lot more difficult than it looks, as these things have a tendency to sharply turn just as you're about to get them. Only one UFO left, but this blue UFO gives us extra time, an extra 30 seconds to be exact. And now, destroying all the UFOs, we are rewarded with a green time stone, rather than a Chaos Emerald. Sonic obtains the first time stone, the first sign of ending to a good future. Now, we are in Palm Tree Panic, Zone 2. The recording quality's kind of dimmed a little bit. There we go, it's all fixed. Now, we need to explore the map and figure out how to get to the past. These get more and more creative as you go through the game. You have to figure out the areas that you can go fast, and you also need to figure out the areas that are most dangerous that can stop you from doing that. Up here, check this out. There is a signpost for the past down here. Let's see if we can go back in time one more time. Right, keep the momentum going. Let's go. Gotta go fast. And away we are. Sonic travels to Palm Tree Panic Zone past yet again. Now we're back in the primordial, prehistoric, totally cool era. You can see how it's peaceful even in the past, but unfortunately Robotnik's badniks are still around here wrecking the place up. So, now that we're in the past, we have 2 simple objectives. Destroy any Metal Sonic holograms to free the animals, and destroy the robot generators. We will destroy every robot generator we can find until we obtain all 7 time stones. We will do as much as we can to help. Future, right. Need to get some momentum going. But we're not going to the future just yet. We still have work to do. An invincibility power-up, very useful. Now, besides certain environmental hazards, nothing can stop us. Not even you, Metal Sonic. Leave the animals alone. Exploring around here, Jump down here. Gotta be careful, don't want to go to the future by mistake. We still have work to do. Alright. One of Robotnik's robot generators has gotta be around here. But in the meantime, by destroying a metal sonic hologram, we've freed the animals who are moving around happily. It's a nice thing to see. Alright. See this tall section here? Another future signpost. And little flickies flying around. Ah, I see it. Robot transporter in the high section of Palm Tree Panic Past. Now that our mission objectives are complete, let's go back to the present via the future. Now the trick is, if you run fast enough but not for long enough, you lose the ability to go to the future from that signpost. So you have to make sure you stay steady but also fast. Don't stop for anything. Now let's go back to the start of the stage, see if we can find another future signpost. After all this effort to create a good future, we want to make sure we can see it after all. Also, going to a good future will ensure that our journey to the end of the zone is as peaceful and as stress-free as possible by removing badniks from the equation. And this invincibility power-up just gives me a little cuddly safety net. Now, future signpost. We saw one earlier, didn't we? As you can see, the Sega CD really encourages the exploration aspects of Sonic CD. You can just blaze away to the end of the stage should you desire, but you can also explore and find quite a lot to bring vibrancy and fun to the world, as well as objectives to give you reason to go there. You could play through the whole game going for a bad future if you wished, if you want to see things as more dark. But we want a happy ending in this game, so let's keep looking around for the future signpost. There it is. Alright, now how to trigger the future. Remember, we need to stay consistently fast so we can't stop for anything. How about... Let's see. Let's get creative with this. Watch this. These things will spin you around. If you go into it at a high speed, it keeps you going at a high speed. It's not the most graceful way to do it, but it gets you to the future nonetheless. So now our past becomes our present. Now we're back in the present of Palm Tree Panic. Things still look bright and cheery. Now, let's see if we can get to the good future of Palm Tree Panic once more. Come on, let's see. We need to find another future signpost. And once again, we are encouraged to explore the map. We can go to the past if we wanted, but we've already done that. Pretty background. And notice how, even though in the present there are badniks trying to get in our way, look at the animals, little squirrels and flickies. The game actively rewarding you for meeting mission objectives. Sometimes I might find a past or future signpost at the end of a level. Other times I might be required to go back to the very beginning, or if I get a little bit lost. Sometimes you have to do a bit of both in order to figure out how to get to the future and past. After all, what's the point in a signpost if you can't go fast enough to travel through time? Excellent. Now, future signpost. If we are very careful about this, we can go to the future, find a place to grab momentum. That's not quite the way to do it. As you can see, the momentum was stopped. There's got to be some other way to get to the future from here. Look, the robot generator. that we destroyed in the past is now destroyed in the present too. By going to this area, the spring continuously launches us up and down without stopping, taking us to the good future of Palm Tree Panic. Wonderful. Pretty skies. Hopefully you enjoy the relaxing vibes of a good future too. I love the soundtrack changes in Sonic CD. They really give you the vibe of what you're trying to accomplish. When you hit an invincibility box, you feel invincible. When you're in a bad future, you definitely feel and see a bad future. In a good future, everything feels nice, as it should be. Some places actually mixing with nature and technology. Now that we're in the good future, we're free to explore as much as we want, really, as there are no badniks in our way, just an environmental hazard or two. This is also an excellent opportunity. If you don't have 50 rings, try and grab 50, because when you reach the end of the stage and hit the goalpost, like this, not only will Sonic make a good future, but we get another opportunity to enter the special stage via Palm Tree Panic. Let's go. Special Stage 2, Sonic CD. These will get more and more difficult as we progress through them. There are 7 time stones to find. Some UFOs we need to destroy will give us rings. Others will give us a speed boost, which is essential to catch certain UFOs that are particularly tricky and fast. We can also use these fans to temporarily move Sonic in the air, allowing him to move a little more freely and catch the pesky UFOs that are really good at evading the spiky blue hedgehog. You also need to be able to control him very well. As you can see, you can jump straight at a UFO and it realizes and goes, oh crap, out of the way. Now, we got 50 seconds to grab 4 UFOs. If there are only 20 seconds left on the clock, a blue UFO will spawn every time. And if you hit that UFO, you get an extra 30 seconds. But you gotta make sure the blue UFO gets destroyed. So you have to have that balance of, do you go for everything as quickly as possible, but risk making a mistake? Or play cautiously, like I am. I might not get the UFOs in the quickest amount of time, but I get them nonetheless. There we go. All UFOs destroyed. We obtain the 2nd time stone in Sonic CD. ASMR. Very good progress so far. Now, gotta go fast to Palm Tree Panic, Zone 3. This is a really interesting case. The 3rd act of the zone will always change based on if you're set towards a good or bad ending. If we didn't get any time stones or destroy robot generators, this would be a bad future in Zone 3. But because we've been a very good hedgehog and ASMR artist, we start this zone in the good future. Now this is important, because when you start Zone 3, that is the precursor to a boss battle with Dr. Robotnik. And sometimes the journey to the boss battle can be hazardous. So by starting off in a good future, you eliminate the chance of getting attacked by badniks, meaning you can pick up power-ups, rings, and other ways to make the boss fight much more manageable. This exploration aspect really gives you a sense of reward, because after all the time, going through time, to obtain a good future, you get an easier boss battle, an easier journey. But that doesn't mean we're done just yet. Robotnik is still no one to be trifled with. Here he comes. Dr. Robotnik. These shields deflecting Sonic's spin dash. He's gonna storm towards us. Notice how the music goes very dark and ominous. Quite creepy. We can go from a heavenly sounding paradise to this kind of soundtrack, showing the evil influence of Ivo Robotnik. We destroyed the shields. Alright, Robotnik. Time to deal with you. His creation is destroyed, but he flies away in a jetpack. Oh, I wanted to do that stylish. Let's try again. Oof. No style points for that one. Oh well. And no style points for that. Destroying this capsule. Releases flowers into the wilds of Palm Tree Panic as Sonic makes a good future. In Zone 3. Now off to one of my favorite stages in Sonic CD ASMR. Listen. Collision Chaos. Amy. Well, she's not hugging Sonic this time. What, Sonic? Were you disappointed? Okay, she is slowing us down, but, you know, she likes Sonic. What the? Robotnik's newest creation, Metal Sonic, has kidnapped Amy. Alright. Now we have a new mission objective. We have to save the past, present, future, and Amy. Sonic's new nemesis, Metal Sonic, has taken Amy. Sonic can pretend all he wants that he doesn't really care about Amy, but he obviously cares enough to try and save her. Now things got serious. We gotta find a way to get back to the past. Now a reason the Collision Chaos is one of my favorite zones is not only because it gives you simple storytelling via visuals, but the music. I love this song. Really gives you that sense of dread and foreboding, like something bad's about to happen, unless you do something. Let's try and get our way to the past, and destroy more of Robotnik's robot generators, and free the animals. Besides defeating Badniks, we haven't found any animals in this area, due to Robotnik's influence. Future. We don't want to go to the future. If we do it without destroying the robot generators, we will generate a bad future. One that desperately needs to be fixed. For the planet, Sonic, and Amy's sake. And it's called Collision Chaos because there's a lot of springs and things that can send you into chaos. Sonic chaos, if you will. Now, let's see. Try and avoid. To find a past signpost. Oh no! That thing delayed us, and we were moving fast at the time. Now we have accidentally entered the future without doing the objective. This means we have entered a bad future. This is a glimpse of what the world will look like if we don't stop Robotnik. Neither I nor Sonic can have that. We gotta make our way back to the past. Out of this bad future. But how do we do it? Look at the drastic change in the background and the music. You know you've messed up when you enter the bad future. So let's get out of here. By using a past signpost, we can correct this mistake and go back to the present. So you always have that opportunity to fix things. After all, this is time travel we are dealing with. We have all the time we need. We will destroy the generators, rescue the animals, and Amy Rose. Come on, Sonic, we can do this. With a past signpost. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what you want to see. By continuing the momentum, if you go into a spin dash form here, you're practically guaranteed to travel through time, whether it be past or future. In this instance, we're going to go to collision chaos and travel through to the past. Let's go for it. Look how jolly everything is now, it's less ominous. Untouched by the influence of Robotnik. Listen to that music. How can that not cheer you up? But there's still going to be an element of chaos in collision chaos. You'll hear it in the soundtrack when it kicks in. Now let's go look for some robot generators and holograms. There's the chaos. Pinball elements to this level too. You can tell they were already thinking about making Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball by having those elements in the game. This even sounds like something out of Sonic Spinball, which is a game I have covered in this channel, by the way. Sonic Spinball ASMR. Please feel free to check it out on my channel if it's interesting to you. Whether you're a Sonic fan, pinball wizard, or just want to check more of my content out. Now we're putting the chaos in collision chaos. Future. Right, we don't want to go to the future just yet. We haven't found the generators yet. This level's significantly trickier to explore just because of the chaotic nature of collision chaos. It's a tongue tire, that's for sure. But hey, the silver tongue's gonna get our way through to a good future. We're gonna grab extra lives, we're gonna stop badniks, we're gonna bring you an ASMR entertainment experience like no other. Even if I gotta mess up a few times in its creation. Very messy and chaotic. That's totally not me head-bobbing to the soundtrack. Boing, 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 boing. When will it stop? It's amazing that Sonic doesn't have head or spinal injuries after that. But you know what? Let's not go too deep into that, because it will bring up more questions than answers. Now, there's gotta be a robot generator around here somewhere, and a metal Sonic hologram. Besides badniks, I haven't seen any animals. We need to fix that. But look at the performance of the Sega CD. Look how quickly it processes this game and how utterly mad the gameplay can get at times, especially if I'm playing it. I got a chaotic mind, so my gameplay, I guess, replicates myself. Now, a future signpost and the perfect way to launch ourselves from it. Metal Sonic hologram, tormenting a rabbit and some kind of small bird. That's one of the objectives cleared. Now, let's see if we can find... Yeah, let's see if we can find the robot generator, and we're all good here in the past. We're running low on time, though. 7 minutes. Luckily, we picked up a shield out of one of the boxes, so that protected us from losing all our rings. That might not always be the case. We need to find this robot generator quick. In Sonic the Hedgehog, if you take longer than 10 minutes to clear a stage, you lose a life automatically. Time's up. So we gotta make sure we fix that. We have to explore all of the map to find the robot generator. Come on, where is it? still no signs. Also, you're moving so quickly, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. Now the jovial music sounds like it's mocking you in a way. Kind of like how Carnival Night Zone sounds like it's mocking you in Sonic Free. But we found it. We found the robot generator. But we've only got 2 minutes less left to get to the end of the zone. Don't worry. We got this under control. How? Well, we got this under chaos control, so to speak. Because of the element of time used with the time posts. With the time signposts, basically, it looks like I've only got 1 minute and 30 seconds left, so it looks like we are dreadfully close to losing a life. However, if we can find a signpost to take us to the future... Where is it? Ah, in here. Check this out. We're gonna end up on about 9 minutes. But, if we travel through time, back to the present, watch what happens. We save ourselves 5 minutes. That is more than enough time to make our way to the future and see what collision chaos looks like, freed from Dr. Robotnik. I'd love to chill and vibe longer in collision chaos present with that brilliant soundtrack. But we gotta go back to the future. Did I just make a reference there by complete accident? Yeah, I did. Oh well, we're going way beyond 66 miles per hour. Now check the future out. Now enjoy the vibes of collision chaos. Still chaotic, but a lot more peaceful. Sonic made a good future in Zone 1. Now we're in Special Stage 3. An aquatic area. This one is going to be rather troublesome, because there's lots of areas where we can fall into the water, and as we know, Sonic fans, Sonic does not like water. Every time we fall in the water, we lose 10 seconds off the timer, and the UFOs are really good at throwing you into the water by taking sharp turns. Sometimes you have to sacrifice 10 seconds just to grab the things. But we're making quick progress so far. Let's grab this last UFO. This spring... Ah, almost. But this renders very well on the Sega CD. With the lift, can we grab it? Yes! Special Stage 3 is cleared. And we obtain another time stone. Sonic the Hedgehog CD ASMR. Going smoothly. 3 out of 7 time stones. And now let's continue onwards, my friends. I hope you enjoy this great adventure, as we now enter Collision Chaos Zone 2. This is one of my favorite songs in the entire game. It just hits the right vibe with me. That equal sound of adventure, but also ominousness, if that's even a word. It's cool, it's ambient, but it's also kind of warning you, like, you've got a long way to go, friend. After all, we still have robot generators to find in this zone, and we're no closer to finding Amy yet. So, let's do what we do best and go back to the past. Control our past so we may shape our future and our present. This is one of the zones in the game where you can enter the past or the future most easily if you hit a signpost, because of structures like that just continuously send you back and forth, back and forth. Now let's go look for a metal sonic hologram. Alright, robot generator. One mission objective down. Luckily, we bumped into it. Hey, this momentum gets me thinking. We need to go to the future or past. If these structures are still around, we can use this to go to the past or future. See, look, we jump down, we don't move. But let's go find a metal sonic projector. Those animals need our help. Alright. Come on. You won't mock us this time, Collision Chaos. We will chaos control this situation and stop Metal Sonic terrorizing the animals. Alright. Our job in the past is done. Let's go back to the future. And this time, not 66 miles an hour, but 88 miles an hour. Let's get even faster. I believe it was 88 miles per hour in the movie, wasn't it? Not 66. That's a common misconception. But we can conceive this. Sonic the Hedgehog is going back to the present of Collision Chaos. Let's go. Another thing that's a misconception is my mind. And it's constantly occurring. I'm thinking to myself, who is this deep into a Sonic the Hedgehog CD video? Well, I hope you're listening because I'd really like to have you this far in the adventure. I'm really blessed to have every single one of you, my friends. I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope there's something that will continue to serve as an entertaining source of relaxation, fun, and nostalgia. It's great to have you all around. You're special. Gotta keep going. Thank you for everything, my friends. I love you all very much. And now, a visual representation of my love to you as we enter the good future of Collision Chaos. This is the visual representation of my love. Collision Chaos sums it up very well. There is peace, serenity, but also utter madness lurking underneath. And it's chaotic. And every now and then we hit a collision, and we need to get things under control. Not exactly poetry, but it sounded good when it came out of my mouth there. I don't know. I could have just said, thank you. There we go. Let's keep things simple. But anyways, love every single one of you. I love all you guys and gals and everyone in between. Now let's keep going. Or neither. Now, back on topic. Let's focus on the level. Come on. Normally, property destruction is not something I encourage, but in this game, it's quite fun. We don't want to go to the past again. This future is good enough for me. Now we can basically just worry about environmental hazards and get to the end of the zone. Having 120 free rings, we should be able to reach the special stage and go for the 4th time stone. A special feature of the time stones is that if you get all 7 of them, all the robot generators in the past are automatically destroyed, guaranteeing that you will get the good ending. So while you can destroy all the robot generators in every zone, it's more time-consuming, no pun intended, but it's a viable way to get the good ending. But if you want to go the more skillful route, grab all the time stones. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to head to the next special stage. Sonic made a good future in Zone 2. And Sonic and Alakazam love you very much for sticking around this long, my friends. Now, we got a special stage to go to. Special stage. Look at that background. It really makes me think of Angel Island from Sonic & Knuckles, but with more mechanical aspects to it. It's good getting all these different backgrounds for the special stages, really makes them visually memorable. Now, 3 UFOs left. Watch out for the floor, as there are contraptions that can slow you down. A sharp turn. Let's see. Lost 10 seconds there. No, 10 seconds doesn't sound like a lot of time, but in these special stages it can make all the difference. Under 20 seconds, the blue UFO will spawn, which gives it a chance to gain more time back. Blue UFO. Excellent. We get 30 seconds. 30. That's number one. Now, one more UFO. This is going to be a tricky one to get, as it really doesn't want to get caught. And these platforms are really trying. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. 2 seconds left. As you can see, falling into the water even once can kick you out of the special stage if you don't have enough time left. This UFO is determined not to be caught, but nonetheless, we got it. A blue time stone. I may have early in the video referred to it as a Chaos Emerald. I don't believe I did, but if I did, apologies. We now have 4 time stones, and Special Stage 4 is complete in Sonic CD ASMR. 3 more to go, but until then, we now begin in the good future of Collision Chaos Zone 3, due to our good deeds. If we missed anything, this would be a bad future, and we got a glimpse of that. We don't want that. There's Robotnik down there, no doubt up to no good whatsoever. That's his usual MO, isn't it? Alright, come on, we can do this. Destroying this machine, what is Robotnik up to? Pinball? Well, we have experience in pinball thanks to Sonic Spinball. This is definitely where those ideas started forming in Sega's mind. A very American influence. We need to try and reach the top and attack Robotnik. But this does visualize Collision Chaos very well. Sometimes you gotta control the chaos, even when it doesn't want to be controlled. Come on. There are extra lives and shields hiding around in these side areas. If we can just aim it right in the center, we have a shot at getting rid of Robotnik. He's trying his best to throw us off course. We got an extra life though. Could come in handy. Quit laughing, Robotnik. We're gonna get ya. There's no circumstance you can't handle when you use your mind. And a pinball flipper. That creepy music in the background really nails home the vibe that Robotnik's not the nicest guy, is he? But hey, what matters is we gotta stop him. Come on, we can figure this out. As long as we don't fall through to the middle, that's where the danger lies. Oh, there's a shield there stopping that from happening, but we won't have it forever. Come on. I keep trying to land on the lower part, but the momentum is a little bit too quick. If we keep trying, we'll get there eventually. Stay in control of the chaos. To think the Sega CD can process this madness. What we got there. Robotnik flies away. Well, that was a mess. Chaos, if you will. Nonetheless, Sonic made a good future in Zone 3. Sonic CD. ASMR. Now onwards in this great adventure to a new zone. Check this out. Tidal Tempest Zone. Check out this soundtrack, I love it. Yeah. Oh, lost in my own world there. That's how much I love the soundtrack of this area. I mean, listen to that. Chill vibes. Sega CD getting put to its maximum potential. That soundtrack. Normally for an Aqua level, you wouldn't get such a chill vibe. You get a kind of, oh no, it's a labyrinth or something. While this is a labyrinth, it is very fun. You can definitely see the inspired look from the original Sonic the Hedgehog. They were like, okay, Labyrinth Zone wasn't very popular with people, even though I liked it. How can we make it more exciting? Add time travel mechanics, and a really chill soundtrack entitled Tempest Zone. Gotta go look around for a signpost. There we go, the past. Wonder what this place is gonna sound like in the past. Only one way to find out. So we gotta keep going forward and not lose momentum. Well, this is a tricky way to do it, but it will work. Keep running and don't fall. Jump, keep running, jump. And there we go. Sonic travels through time yet again, traveling to the past of Tidal Tempest Zone Act 1. I really love the soundtrack for the past of Tidal Tempest. It really gives you that vibe of, tranquility. Like this place has been undisturbed for so long, and then you see Robotnik in the middle of it all, messing with the very forces of nature itself. This place shouldn't be disturbed. One thing that will be disturbing, though, is if we stay underwater for too long. Sonic and water does not mix. You stay underwater for a certain amount of time, Sonic will drown. So we need to get air bubbles. But down here is a Metal Sonic hologram. Metal Sonic terrorizing the innocent fish. Luckily, we saved them. And we get to see some cute little fishies swimming around. We get an air bubble as well. I mean, imagine you were snuggled up warm and there was no hazards or badniks around. This looks like it would be kind of a cozy place to chill out in. Nature in its raw, primordial form. Now, we can chill underwater though. After all, we do need oxygen. Luckily, we provided Sonic with just that. The good thing is, in later Sonic entries, they really started to up the way the Sonic water levels were done, giving you generally a choice to go for the high or low ground. Low ground has more places to explore, but more danger, whereas the high ground is riskier and more challenging, but also a faster way to the end. So we need to find a future signpost. But it is rather tricky to go to the future because water will naturally slow Sonic down. He doesn't like the stuff. It's been very well documented through various forms of media. I do appreciate the fact that Sega decided to make that Sonic's canon weakness. You know, people didn't really like the water levels, so they just decided to go, okay, Sonic doesn't like water. There you go. We also don't like these robot generators terrorizing the past. And we found it. Now we gotta find a way to go through the future back to the present. While I enjoy the chill vibes here, we gotta go back to the present. Now, how can we do this with the water? Simple. This little section here is exactly what you need. I'm not going to question why there's two springs facing each other underwater in what is quite possibly ancient ruins, but you know what? We're back. With that funky soundtrack of Tidal Tempest in the present. Yeah, let's go looking for a future, a good future. Gotta get to the future. Right. Air bubble. Gotta find a way to go fast, but we're in the water right now. And hopefully we can reach the good future of Tidal Tempest Zone. We can pull this off. Now, this is exactly what we need. Sonic, you could have done that a little bit more stylish. It's like he was actively resisting, like he wanted to listen to the rest of the soundtrack. Maybe he was. But hey, we have a more hopeful, good future now. In the good future of Tidal Tempest. Excellent. As you can see, the future there seems to be a mix of nature and technology. This is what I mean, Robotnik wants to use technology to conquer the universe. But here in the good future, even though this is a future Sonic creates, both nature and technology work together, not against each other. There is still danger, though, in the good future. After all, water is the wellspring of life, but it's also merciless if you stay underneath it for too long. But we're gonna reach the signpost. Let's go and clear Tidal Tempest. Zone 1. Sonic made a good future in Zone 1 of Tidal Tempest and Sonic CD ASMR. off to the special stage. Now it's time for another special stage. And let's see if we can grab another time stone. Another forward step on the path to a good future. I love this futuristic background for the special stage, mixed in with the 3D visuals provided by the Sega CD. It really gives you that unique experience. At the time this came out, this was groundbreaking, especially for platforming games, having that hybrid mix of 2D and 3D visuals. But let's not get distracted here. We have 4 UFOs to catch, and this is one of the most tricky levels to master. It doesn't seem like there's that many pits, but the positioning of them is very tight. One slip, and you fall into a pit and lose 10 seconds. Right, 4 UFOs. Less than 20 seconds left. The UFOs aren't quite falling into the position we want them to, so we have to go to a blue UFO. Gain 30 seconds back. Luckily, we grabbed it. Nice one, Sonic. Now, if we keep this cycle up of hitting a blue UFO and getting one at a time, we might be able to pull it off. Fall into a pit one more time, we won't make it. Thankfully, this blue UFO is here to give us the extra time we need. Boing gives us the view that we need, the high ground, if you will. Watch out for these mechanical mechanisms on the ground that will cause us to lose rings and slow down. Hit the blue UFO one more time. Fell a little bit into the pit there. One more UFO left. Oh, this is tricky. This is the one that likes to dart away, just out of reach. Got the extra time. We should be able to pull this off. We're 1 UFO away from grabbing another time stone, but this guy likes to dart away. Got him. Excellent work, Sonic. The time stone is ours. Excellent. Now we have 5 time stones out of 7 in Sonic CD ASMR. Now onwards to continue this adventure. Another great adventure continues. Entitled Tempest, Zone 2. Immediately we're getting pushed forward. Who knows what lies below? We need to be careful of water and environmental hazards. Fixing the video quality there. Future. We need to remember that if we need to go to the future later on, which we no doubt will. We have metal sonic projectors and a robot generator to find. We're getting oh so closer to obtaining these 7 time stones. Once you do that, if you have all time stones, you are master of time and space, meaning that all the robot generators in the past are automatically destroyed, meaning you don't even need to go to the past anymore to unlock the good ending. The metal sonic holograms are optional, but I feel like it's a great addition to the game to continue having Metal Sonic's presence constantly be felt, and they give you a tangible reward in saving the innocent animals from Metal Sonic obeying Dr. Robotnik's nefarious orders. Now, we've hit a past signpost, so we need to find a place to gather some momentum, so we can go back to the past one more time. This This level is very reminiscent of the Labyrinth Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1. This little hidden away area contains rings. That puts us over 50. That will allow us to get to the special stage, assuming we don't lose them. Luckily, we have a shield, so we can take one hit without losing all of our rings. And lo and behold, an example of why the shield can be vital. We just stumbled into a badnik there. We would have lost all of our rings if not for our trusty, reliable shield. We can do this all day. Hey, Sonic vibing to the music. Alright, let's have a look around here. The underwater sections make it difficult to gain momentum, to go through time. It's borderline impossible, but we'll find our way to the past. We found our way to oxygen, which is a great start. We'll be faster on the land, and have more opportunities to go fast. The position's a bit awkward here. Let me try that again. Got it. Ah, I think we found it. Excellent. The perfect setup to go to the past or future. Allow this to bounce us with momentum without stopping, and Sonic blasts off, through time and space, into the past once more. Now we go to the primordial stage of Tidal Tempest Zone. The past when it's just simple, undisturbed caverns of Tidal Tempest. The entirely different vibe that you feel in every area, from past, present, future, bad future, and good future, really does add to the replayability of Sonic CD. You get a real different vibe for each level, and it gives you a sense of what would happen if things go good and things go bad. We're going to make sure they go good, as a metal Sonic projector is destroyed. This will free the animals, so we might see them around here, unopposed by the forces of Dr.Robotnik. But we're not done yet. We have to find another robot generator. It's hiding around here somewhere. An extra life. Yes. Now, at least we know a very easy way to get back to the present day. We just hit that future signpost and let the spring bounce and do the rest. However, we need to find this robot generator wherever it is. If we don't, we ensure a bad future unless we get all of the time stones. But we're going to do both. After all, I couldn't decide, should I just do all the robot generators or get all the time stones? Why not a bit of both? As long as we reach the good ending. Alright. This area here. Robot generator destroyed. Excellent. Now that little area I mentioned earlier. Let's see if we can reach it again. If we can do that, we can get back to the present day, no problem at all. Let's keep going. As we make the journey back to the present, I'd like to send you another little message of love, hoping that you are enjoying this playthrough so far. Thank you very much for your time and watching this far into the video. I truly appreciate it. Now, let's get back to the future. Speeding through time and space, Sonic returns to the present day of Tidal Tempest Zone. Now that we've destroyed the robot generator and the Metal Sonic hologram, we need to find a past signpost. Oh, perfect. This is lining up beautifully. Oh wait, no. Sorry, apologies. I got carried away. I was so excited at seeing a signpost I didn't realize it was the incorrect one. We need a future signpost, which is sitting right here. Oh, it's still going very well. Now if we can get up here undisturbed, we can go to the good future of Tidal Tempest. Let's go for it. Once Sonic's done vibing. Hey, come on, Sonic. Amy needs rescuing. Oh, so he does care after all. We see right through you, Sonic. Now, into the future we go. The good future, ensured by destroying the robot generators. Now we have the mix of nature and technology. But there is still danger. After all, even in a good future, Sonic doesn't dig water. And even though going to a good future eliminates most badniks, it still presents environmental hazards. But hey, we can enjoy the ride significantly easier. Look at these pretty fish swimming by, appearing because we destroyed the metal Sonic hologram in the past. Gotta love it. Seeing visible signs of your deeds makes the game oh so worth it. They give you that visual representation of what you're fighting for. And I love animals. So, rewarding me with seeing animals happy is a great reward in itself, besides being the right thing to do. Now, oxygen. Okay, we're back on land. This should make things significantly faster. We're not going to go back to the past. We're in the good future, so this is as good as it gets. An excellent stash of rings. If we don't take any damage, when we leave this zone, we should be able to seek out the 6th time stone. Very close to obtaining all 7. But let's not get hit now. The goalpost. Okay, I trust you, game. Don't put a spike trap at the end or something. Excellent. Sonic made a good future in Tidal Tempest Zone 2 in Sonic CD ASMR. Now it's time for the 6th special stage. Apologies if anyone has visual problems, but that's literally how this special stage looks. To be honest, I actually really dig the look of this. It looks like someone's consumed a certain variety of substances, but I think it gives off the great vibe. It looks like in the background it's very futuristic, like these are chemical plants. And after all, Robotnik is known to have a chemical plant. Just check Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So that would give off certain chemicals that would give, let's just say, visual peculiarities. Now, in this trippy special stage, let's see if we can grab all of the UFOs. As usual, they're tricky. You get right close to one, you make the leap of faith, and then they dart right out of the way. Can't afford to lose time. 10 seconds left. Can't fall into a pit, or we'll get banished out of the special stage. Come on. We might not make it, no. Not this way. There we go. How's that for a Hall of Fame moment? The timer running out, but not quite. A little bit of Shadow Realm sorcery at play there. Or maybe it's just dumb luck. Or a bit of both. Either way, I'm happy we can keep continuing. Just goes to show, even when it looks like things are controlled, they can easily spiral into chaos. But we have chaos control. Right. Don't fall into too many pits. Free UFOs. Ah, we missed it. Anyone who's played Sonic CD understands the pain I'm going through right now. You get that inch away from clearing the objective, and then the thing just darts off in the other direction. We'll go through a cycle. Grab a blue UFO every time it goes under 20 seconds, and make our best attempt to grab a UFO. The positioning of this level makes it really awkward to jump into something without sacrificing 10 seconds. It's a trippy level besides the visuals, but I think we can manage. After all, we had a crisis there on 0 seconds. But I consider myself a little bit of a crisis king, so let's go. Sometimes I perform best when things are at their very worst. And sometimes I am the cause of things being at their very worst. But I hope you're enjoying this ASMR entertainment playthrough nonetheless. And you love the content, as messy and chaotic as it can be under my control. Right, need to go for the blue UFO again. Don't tell me this is going to be another close call. It is. What did I tell you? Sometimes I perform best when things are at the absolute worst. They keep turning at the most awkward angle. But we'll get there. It might get to the point we have to sacrifice a good 10 seconds. But if we're on the last UFO, losing 10 seconds isn't a big deal if you get all of the UFOs, because obtaining the time stone will take priority. Let's just go for it. Grab him. With only 6 seconds left in the clock, the special stage is cleared, allowing us access to the 6th time stone. 6 time stones out of 7. On the path to another bright future. Excellent work, Sonic. Now, because we have continued to be a good blue hedgehog, we start zone free in the good future. This means the distance between Sonic and the boss battle is significantly easier because there's no badniks to get in the way. So we'll use this as an opportunity to get rings. We don't need 50 rings because you can't go to the special stage from zone free. But most certainly I'll be grabbing a shield. Being able to take one hit without losing rings in a boss battle can be the difference between a bad future and a good future. There's Robotnik there. Chase him down. Or grab some loot. Bit of both. Come on, Robotnik. We got ya. Invincibility power-up. Let's give chase, Robotnik. Gotcha. 72 rings. He's escaping. This could be challenging though. A boss encounter underwater? Luckily the fish are cheering us on. An interesting boss battle. We have no source of oxygen because Robotnik's hogging it all. Hydro hog. Now, by attacking Robotnik, we're actually absorbing the oxygen bubble, the air bubble, whatever you want to call it. This will allow Sonic to breathe and lower Robotnik's defenses. But if we can crack the glass, Robotnik will have no choice but to escape. After all, Robotnik doesn't do as well in water as Sonic does. He just isn't as famous for it. And that's why it's great we have our shield. That would have involved losing 88 rings, but thanks to our shield, we delivered a decisive blow to Dr. Robotnik. And now, let's get ready to clear Tidal Tempest Zone Free on a good future. Wonderful. Sonic made a good future in Zone Free in Sonic CD. ASMR. Next stage coming up. Quartz Quadrant. Besides looking visually spectacular, the soundtrack of this is rather remarkable. Listen to this soundtrack and tell me it doesn't sound like a modern Sonic game. I think this is a game set between Sonic 1 and 2, and yet you can hear that musical influence that is so recognizable in the later Sonic games. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it behind for a moment, as we saw the robot generator there, but we couldn't destroy it because we're in the present day. But we're going to the past. That doesn't mean we can't jam out to some cool soundtrack in the past, though. Quartz Quadrant. The robot generator's up there at the top. We just need to figure out how to get to it. We went past it, but we need to land near it. The primordial form of Quartz Quadrant Zone. Lots of springs. Well, you can't fake gravity. Gotta make sure we don't fall into these spikes now. Ah, there's the robot generator up there. That was quick. Excellent work. Now we just need to find the metal Sonic hologram. I wonder what animals are hiding around in Quartz Quadrant. Let's just chill out to some music while we go looking for it. Quartz Quadrant. Gotta love the alliteration in the names. Palm Tree Panic, Collision Chaos, Tidal Tempest, Quartz Quadrant. And some metallic madness has been dispatched as the metal Sonic hologram is gone. Now that the metal Sonic hologram is gone, we should go back to the present day. We need to figure out how to do it. Lots of paths that have positioning that would slow us down, halting us from time travel. Alright. Let's even go back to the very beginning of the stage. There was an area we got to the past from. We just need to find a future signpost. If we can find one, we should be all good. The animals in this area are flickies again. And squirrels. They seem happy. They've been freed. Good for them. Future. Make a big leap, and the momentum is kept. Meaning, Sonic goes back to the future, or back to the present. As I was saying earlier, though, does this not sound... Oh, we've spawned in a wall. Luckily, we could spin dash out. That could have been disastrous. But yeah, listen to this soundtrack and tell me that it sounds like it's from a modern Sonic game. And yet this game came out in 1993. You can hear parts of modern Sonic even in the classic games. You just gotta go looking on the CD for them. The Sonic CD, if you will. Future signpost. Right. If we use the same path we went to the past, we should be able to reach a good future. Builds momentum. Okay. As long as we jump a little bit at the end of this, we should be fine. Let's go. Excellent. With a robot generator and a metal Sonic hologram gone, we should be heading to the good future of Quartz Quadrant. And what a future it is. I'm gonna be quiet for a moment. Now listen to this soundtrack and tell me this doesn't sound like a good future. Heavenly, serene, peaceful, Funky. You know what that sounds like to me? Hope. Like as dark as some of the themes have gotten. It's like the game itself is telling us, keep it up, and surely the future shall shine bright. This is one of the brightest good futures you can find. We're getting a good portion into the playthrough now, and I'm happy to have you alongside me in another great adventure. I might not be so fortunate to get that invincibility power up there, but hey, the squirrels are happy, so it all works out. An extra life. Wonderful. We've got plenty to spare now. If we reach the end of this stage with more than 50 rings, we will go to Special Stage 7 and hopefully make an attempt to obtain the final Time Stone, making us masters of time and space. Even the music is rooting us on. Not just me, but you too, my friends, my spirits within. Let's go for it. As Sonic clears Quartz Quadrant Zone 1 with a good future, it's time for Special Stage 7. The final special stage, hopefully. Alright. Seems like we're on another planet entirely, this green hue. Now, given the nightmare that was that last special stage, let's see if we can wrap this one up quickly. I'm going to play a lot more recklessly. I'm going to willingly fall into pits if it means I can jump and get a UFO faster. We start with a generous amount of time. Let's take advantage of it. After all, we are trying to become masters of time. Let's prove ourselves worthy. One more UFO. We can afford to jump into a pit once or twice. There we go. In record time, the final Time Stone is ours. Got 'em all. Sonic obtained all 7 Time Stones. Now, a good future is guaranteed in Sonic CD ASMR. But we still got an adventure to finish. Quartz Quadrant Zone 2. Now, allow me to explain one more time the format this playthrough is going to go through. Now that we have obtained all 7 Time Stones, if we go into the past, we don't need to destroy the robot generator, as the Time Stone automatically destroys every one in every level, permanently locking you into the good ending. Now, just because we don't need to go into the past, doesn't mean we shouldn't. Why? Because I want to give you a complete ASMR entertainment experience. It wouldn't feel right not going into the past and future of certain zones. I want to show you everything this game has to offer, as much as I conceivably can. I mean, imagine the rest of the playthrough I never go to the past or future. Let's not forget, the Time Stones destroy the robot generators, but not the Metal Sonic holograms, as they do not tie into the game's ending. It's merely a way to free the animals. And I love animals, so that's a no-brainer for me. They're getting saved. Simple as that. Now, for the rest of the playthrough, we will go into the past of every zone we can, And all we're looking for this time is just metal sonic holograms. We don't need to bother looking for robot generators now, because they're all going to be destroyed thanks to the power of the Time Stone. So in essence, you have been shown how to reach the good ending by 2 different methods. So if we encounter robot generators, great, but we don't need to destroy them, thanks to the magic of the Time Stone. Now we've destroyed a metal sonic hologram, we're going to go from the past to the present of Quartz Quadrant Zone 2. And the adventure is far from over. This Sonic adventure still has many missions left. I'm still going to make sure I get rid of all Metal Sonic holograms I can. And of course, we need to stop Dr.Robotnik and save Amy Rose. Not that Sonic cares or anything. Yeah, right. Now, if we can get enough momentum here, we can go to the future. The good future that is guaranteed. And this is going to be proof that the Time Stones provide you a good future. If we went into the future without destroying the robot generators, it would become a bad future. But thanks to having all 7 Time Stones, they're all destroyed automatically, fixing you into the good ending and a good future should you go there. So the Time Stones reward you by giving you one less task to do, and making it easier to reach the good future, which is significantly easier to navigate. And look at this, as I said earlier. Even a good future is mixed with both nature and technology. The power of the Earth, the planet, fused with technology. It seems like a little bit of magic, almost. Some things are so beautiful and remarkable that you'd swear they were magic. But of course, we use time travel, so take it with a pinch of salt. I love the soundtrack of this good future. It really fills me with hope, like I'm doing the right thing. And I hope I'm doing the right thing by bringing this gameplay through to you all, my friends. I hope you all enjoy it very much. I hope I've created something special for you all. It's a longer Sonic adventure than you might be used to, but this game justifies it. Let's get going. The goal lies ahead. Now, even though we have more than 50 rings, there will be no more special stage that will spawn as we have all 7 Time Stones. But let's just say we're not done with special stages just yet. You'll find out near the end of this video. But they were fun, weren't they? That mix of 3D imagery and 2D. Showcasing the quality and potential of the Sega CD and the future of CD-based media in gaming. For something as simple as a platformer, the quality increase is substantial, making Sonic CD a legendary game worthy revisiting. As we go through the signpost, Sonic made a good future in Zone 2 of Quartz Quadrant Zone. Gotta love it. Now this time we're gonna go straight to Zone 3 as there's no special stage to be cleared. That also means there's gonna be no Metal Sonic projector. So it's straight up, go to the boss. as safely as possible as we have secured a good future. Let's explore a bit here, see if we can find some goodies to make our boss battle easier, and enjoy this beautiful soundtrack. CD quality music, alright. Enjoy, my friends. I'll leave you to chill with the vibes for 2 minutes. Now it's time for our boss battle. Dr.Robotnik. It may seem like a good future, but so long as Dr. Ivo Robotnik is at large, nowhere is safe. Not the past, present, nor future. Let's change that. The treadmill is going far too fast. We cannot damage Robotnik directly. However, we will use this treadmill to our advantage. If we keep running fast enough, Robotnik's platform is slowly being eroded, scraped away by the sheer speed of the treadmill. We need to dodge these explosives. If we do this and keep going at a high speed, things are gonna happen. The platform is almost completely destroyed. One more dodge ought to do it. Let's go. Excellent. Robotnik runs away. Now, time to enjoy some chill vibes before we clear this zone. Very hopeful for the future. Just because we have all the time stones doesn't mean we're finished just yet. We still have to encounter Metal Sonic himself and Robotnik. But we can do our best along the way by defeating Metal Sonic, Robotnik, and save Amy Rose. We can do this together, my friends. My spirits within. I love you all. Now, let's continue this great adventure and get going as Sonic creates a good future in Zone 3 of Quartz Quadrant in Sonic CD ASMR. Coming up next is a controversial zone. If you played, you know what I'm talking about. Back of the alliteration, this zone is known simply as Wacky Workbench. Now listen to the soundtrack. Very funky, huh? Now, if you're wondering what makes this zone so controversial, there it is. If you thought Collision Chaos was a nightmare to navigate, check this out. Now this looks very fun, boing, and you go very, very high. But this also makes it extremely difficult to navigate environmental hazards, and also avoid instances like Batnik shooting you from above. And it also makes it rather tricky to go to the past or future. While it is very well created, I mean, a game from 1993 having this kind of processing power is absolutely outstanding. Look how quick that Sonic bounces. Seamless. However, for pure gamers, they find this zone to be a nightmare. And I understand it, I really do. It's one of the few zones where you actually don't stop. Now, as I said, even though we have all of the time stones, I'm still going to go to the past to destroy a metal sonic hologram and free the animals. I'm also doing this for the reason I want to show you the past of every zone in the game, just so you get an idea of the vibe of each place, visually and musically. After all, I want to give you the most complete ASMR entertainment experience. So I'd appreciate some comments and likes thrown my way for my extra effort I've went to give you a more cohesive and complete Sonic CD ASMR entertainment experience. Or just watch it and get KO'd and fall asleep. Hey, as long as it brings a smile to your face, or brings you to dreamland. As long as it brings something positive to your life, it's all worth it. But Wacky Workbench is a nightmare to navigate. I mean, check this out. Badniks that are hidden as environmental hazards, and a bouncing mechanic that can send you drastically off course. Added into the fact there's platforms you can stand on that start spinning you around erratically. But that soundtrack, come on. Makes you feel good about being in this place. Even if it is a challenge, a big challenge. We'll find a way to go to the past and the good future. Don't you worry. It's just gonna take a lot more effort because Wacky Workbench is notorious. Past, right. Here's a trick to get to the past in Wacky Workbench Zone 1. Pay attention. In this upper section, trigger the signpost. Now walk forward from here. This looks like it would crush Sonic and make you lose a life. It's a secret tunnel. The momentum lasts long enough to send you either to the past or future. Now check the music now. Yeah, even in the past, Wacky Workbench is funky. This music just makes me smile. I would whistle this theme, but it's not going to sound good for ASMR. But I can head bob, and look like a complete idiot doing it while I record this. Ugh, looking like an idiot is not something I'm inexperienced in. Now, let's keep going. We got a metal sonic hologram to find, and finding it is quite the challenge. This place is just as much of a threat as it is in the present day. It's just less mechanized as it's in the past. But hey, we free these little birdies from Metal Sonic by destroying the Metal Sonic hologram. Luckily, because we got all the time stones, we don't need to go through this area searching for a robot generator. So we did ourselves a big favor by doing the right thing and getting the time stones. So you're still gonna get the experience of finding zones in the past and future. Head bobbing like a complete idiot right now. Sorry. Let's get silly. Now, we need to find a future signpost. It's very tricky to locate because if you fall on the ground, you bounce right back up. This is the frustrating element that a lot of people don't like about Wacky Workbench, but I at least appreciate it for the fact it's so different, it's such an extreme. You'd think this zone was called Wacky Workbench, given the mechanical nature, and the fact it's, well, wacky and involving collisions and chaos and... Okay, this place is straight up wacky. That soundtrack pretty much sells us on it. Now wait a minute. We're not done yet. It's not just a Metal Sonic hologram I gotta show you. This is a little secret. In this little area hidden here, in the past, there's a little statue. If you go up close to this statue, and only in the past, it gives you free rings. Let's keep collecting them while it dispenses them. This is a little hidden Easter egg of the game, the hidden statue of Wacky Workbench. Signs of an ancient civilization, perhaps some kind of goddess. Who knows? Now, if you come here in the bad future, it's replaced by an Eggman or Robotnik statue. And then when you go near it, it tries to destroy Sonic, symbolizing that Eggman has taken over this world and replaced the goddess. Now, showing you the showing you the Easter egg. See, I had part of the word there. The Easter egg man. The Easter egg of the goddess statue and the metal Sonic hologram. We are now back in the present day. Since we are locked into a good future thanks to the time stones, let's try and find one more future signpost and see what the future of Wacky Workbench looks like. It can't get any wackier than this, surely. Oh, we'll find a way. After all, let's get silly. Nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun, even in an area that is incredibly dangerous. But I hope you're having fun alongside me. Okay, we're gonna act a little bit differently here. The same rules apply going to the past. We hit the future signpost this time, and go through this hidden tunnel. And this is a way to get to the good future, or bad future if you desire, of Wacky Workbench Zone 1. Lots of hidden stuff around here. Now, here's the thing that makes Wacky Workbench so frustrating. Wacky Workbench is still a nightmare to navigate, but the big significant difference is there are a few electrical environmental hazards that are going to be completely disabled in the good future. Still some threats to be found, but nothing as bad as the present or past. And no badniks to deal with, so we don't need to worry about being shot at completely unawares. The time stones do not ensure that all badniks in the game are gone, nor do good futures. It gets rid of a majority, but not every single one of them, except for a few stages. See if we can spin dash into this little section. Come on. It's an awkward angle, but I think we can pull it off. There we go. Wacky Workbench Zone 1. How long we spend in this place? And you'd think it'd be a really quick stage with how fast you move around, but that's exactly it. This section up here would be electrified in the present or past, but thanks to being in the good future, they're disabled. Good for us. Now this is the trick. We gotta move around here safely, because if we fall on the floor, we'll just bounce right to the top and we gotta try again. See what I mean? We go right to the top, but there's nowhere to go. Any hidden areas here? Nah, no luck. We just gotta keep moving forward without getting bounced into oblivion. Goal signpost. Wacky Workbench Act 1 is cleared with a good future in Sonic CD ASMR. Hope you're enjoying this, my friends. Let's continue. Wacky Workbench Zone 2. Now, there is no Easter egg in this zone. We simply gotta find the metal sonic hologram and free the animals. And then we can go back to the present and go to the good future. Now, what I'm trying to do here is, looks like there's nothing here on the left. If you inch slightly forward, there's a hidden area here right at the start. If you're a risk taker like me, I take far too many risks. It's in my nature. Now, this little section up here has a great way to get to a past signpost. Now, how do you gain the momentum in this area to go to the past? Let me show you. We keep going high up here. High ground is sacred. If we keep following it up here to the top, jump to the right. A hidden tunnel, which guides us just long enough to go into the past. Now let's go looking for that metal sonic hologram, terrorizing the animals. And get funky, everyone. After all, this is ASMR entertainment, but there's no reason it can't be entertaining for reasons other than gameplay. This soundtrack is an absolute banger. Now check it out. If you just keep jumping ahead, you would miss this easily. Metal sonic hologram dealt with very quickly. Try finding this on your own and then you'll realize how tricky that actually was. Now, let's get back to the future. But usually a safe option is go back to the beginning of the stage because you'll find signposts you haven't touched yet. If we can find a future signpost, we'll find a way to make our way back to the present. Creative ways to avoid hazards, climbing like this. Alright, is there an area that we can... Okay, future signpost. I'm gonna show you a little trick. To help all you people out that find Wacky Workbench a complete nightmare to deal with, I'm gonna show you a simpler way to get to the past or future. Pay attention now, this is a little tricky, but it makes sense once I explain it. Now, notice these moving platforms. If you move into this area here, and just don't jump out of it, let it keep you going, and it will move you to the future or the past. Now we're back in the present day. If you can get into one of those chambers there, you're guaranteed to go to the past or future. Now getting there is another thing entirely, because of the nature of Wacky Workbench. Come on. Watch out for environmental hazards. Now we need to find a future signpost. Now you manually need to press to exit those mechanisms. But I'm going to show you another way. If you can't find those circular tunnel pattern mechanisms, I'm going to show you another way you can reach the past or future. But let's find a future signpost before I talk too soon. Alright, see if we can find something here. As I mentioned, in the good future, these electrified areas are no longer electrified, but in the present day, different story. Very awkward angle to jump in at there. But trust me, it's worth it trying to get up here. Go in the past if we want. Future signpost. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick to make getting to the past or future easier. It's not finding the signpost that's so difficult, it's just keeping the momentum and speed, especially when you get bounced up and blocked into a wall. We lost our rings there. That was unfortunate, but don't worry, we'll manage. Now, check this out. If we spin dash from here, if you go into these circular columns at a high speed, it will maintain your speed for you. Anytime you're in the path and it's something carrying you, if it goes in a loop and you have past and future ready, exploit it. Because now we're in the good future of Wacky Workbench Zone 2. This is going to make it a lot easier to navigate. Not completely impervious to damage, but much, much easier. No bad nicks and less electrified panels. I'll take it. So the metal Sonic holograms are gone, with some animals happily scudding by every now and then. But I think the sooner we get out of Wacky Workbench the better, because this is probably giving you some kind of migraine at how fast everything's going, and we don't want that. Or me to lose rings. That's the chaotic nature of this area. It's very easily able to make you make mistakes. Goalpost reached. Wacky Workbench. Zone 2 is cleared with a good future. And now we go onwards in this great adventure to Wacky Workbench, Zone 3. Time for a boss battle with Dr.Robotnik himself. Let's do this. Come on. Since we're in the good future, less electrified panels, but no less chaotic with these bouncing sections. If we can land just right, we can get a shield at the bottom. Come on, let's see if we can get it. Got it. Now we can tank one hit from the boss without losing rings. We might need it, you never know. Even if you don't think you might need it, but the possibility could arise, take it. I agree with the fact that sometimes less is more, but if you feel for a moment that you do actually need it, then it's probably a good idea to use it. Just in case. These platforms help guide you safer to your destination, without getting bounced everywhere. Grab some rings on the way up here. To think, I believe as of this uploading date, Sonic CD will be the longest Sonic venture I've recorded. Unless, of course, I record a certain different Sonic adventure one day. But nonetheless, before we get distracted, let's take on Dr.Robotnik. But yeah, we're almost 2 hours. In fact, no, we are 2 hours into this adventure. I was looking at the timer there. I take track of these things along with a notepad while I record. But we also gotta focus on defeating Robotnik. We need to avoid environmental hazards, but luckily the shield that might not have been necessary was totally necessary. If we jump in this platform here, in this rubble, we are lifted just high enough to reach Robotnik and take him out. Excellent work, Sonic. Now we're out of Wacky Workbench. Just about. We gotta free these innocent little flowers. After all, who doesn't like flowers? No, maybe I'm just a romantic. Or I just like flowers. Or both. Sonic made a good future. and zone free of Wacky Workbench Zone and Sonic CD. Now it's time for a legendary stage that lives on for years and years. Stardust Speedway. Now, you can see the influence of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 here, even though this is very bright and cheery and cool. Think about it, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 wasn't released long before this. And yet, this totally looks like an updated version of the Starlight Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1. It's great to see the developers not only coming up with great ideas, but expanding them more and more, and you get a great stage like Stardust Speedway. A stage where you're encouraged to go as fast as possible. But we're going to go to the past for a certain noise. Here it comes. No Sonic CD playthrough is complete without that sound effect. It's become iconic because that noise has been associated with Metal Sonic. Don't ask why, it just kinda fits Metal Sonic. Now whether I use the Japanese or the North American soundtrack is irrelevant, because we get that sound effect either way. We might have had to go to the past for it, but I think this soundtrack slaps just fine. Now, we're in Stardust Speedway, the past. We're gonna go looking for a Metal Sonic hologram. Look how chilled out this place is in the past. Stardust Speedway was a zone that was given much needed love in the more modern Sonic game known as Sonic Mania, where Sonic went back to Stardust Speedway, alongside other familiar zones from certain games, such as the Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic 2, and many more, like Lava Reef. But that's an entirely different game, one that I'm sure I'm gonna need to cover one day, and I love teasing my fans with potential future projects. I have to clear my current backlog, but it's good to give you the idea in your head. Because I'm kind of a bad person, I like to torment you with ideas for videos that don't quite exist yet, but that doesn't mean they aren't going to exist one day. Now, the Metal Sonic hologram is up here, carefully deflecting the topic. This golden bird here, golden flicky perhaps. Metal Sonic hologram is dispatched of. Now we gotta find a way to get back to the future. But when you move this quickly, it's kinda hard to tell what the hell's going on at all. But we'll figure it out. We always do. No matter what bad or good situation we're in, I always come back. Now, let's keep going. Come on, come on. Damn straight, I always come back. Now, let's go looking for a future signpost. See, look, down there is the robot generator that would have spawned had we not collected the time stones, but we have, so we're all good here. We're all supersonic racing here, but we got a supersonic race with a future signpost, otherwise we're just moving fast in directions that aren't quite in the direction of the exit. After all, I said I want to give you the most complete Sonic CD ASMR entertainment experience. So besides Metal Sonic holograms, I want to show you what the future of Stardust Speedway looks like. And we're on our way to showing you that right now. Back to the present. No time like the present. Really good soundtrack in this area as well. Really gives off that heavenly vibe, Like things are getting better and better, but you gotta keep going forward as fast as you can. And in Stardust Speedway, that is definitely an easy possibility. I mean, look how quick we can move if we are not misdirected. But this is where the Sega CD's capabilities are in full effect here. Look how fast we can go. But the game is also encouraging you to explore. You can zip right to the end if you wish. But if you want to explore, you are highly rewarded with getting to see animals happy, and also destroying generators to ensure the good ending. And also being able to see the same level in a completely different light, or dark, depending how well you play. Luckily, we've been leaning more towards the light. I'm comfortable in darkness, but it's good to see the light. You can't appreciate one without the other. Now, enough melancholy and happiness aside, I'm just so joyful to bring this experience to you all, my friends. Now, let's get back to the future. Use the momentum here to head to the future, the good future of Stardust Speedway Zone 1. Now check out this soundtrack. This sounds like something straight out of an anime movie, and it gets me hyped up. Get ready. Things are about to get serious. Let's do this. Gotta go fast. A game from 1993 processing this level of speed. This shows you the capabilities of the Sega CD. It's really a shame that this is the only Sonic the Hedgehog game that was released on the Sega CD. It's something I've only been diving into recently, but there's a few underrated gems on the Sega CD. There is one other game that I absolutely would love to record. It's not a Sonic game, but I would absolutely love to record for this channel someday, when my backlog is complete. It's from a certain game developer that's, well, a genius really, and his team. I'll let you wonder what that game developer's name is. Who knows? Perhaps the name will be, snatched away from your mind. Now, speaking of snatcher, let's snatch away a good future and go as fast as we possibly can in the good future of Stardust Speedway. The goalpost ahead. Gotta go fast. No special stage required. Wonderful. Look at the different vibes we got in a single zone. And we made a good future. Now it's time to go to Stardust Speedway, Act 2. We're getting closer and closer to the end of Sonic CD. As I alluded to earlier, I mentioned how this is the longest Sonic adventure I've ever played. But perhaps in the future, it's a different Sonic adventure that's going to take up the most time for me to record. But we have to think about our past, present, and future. But perhaps someday you'll see a completely different Sonic adventure. Now, once I clear my backlog, the possibilities are endless. For now, let's focus on our present as we arrive in the past, funny enough. After all, we're not quite done yet. We need to find a metal Sonic hologram and free the animals, the golden flickies. They're some kind of golden bird, but they look similar to the flickies, so I'm gonna assume they're flickies. Kind of funny though, in Sonic the Hedgehog we know the name of a blue bird, the flicky. And also the flicky got their own game on the Sega Mega Drive / Sega Genesis. It's absolutely wild when you think about it, that this is essentially a game that is physical DLC, as you'd call it nowadays. It was an extension onto an existing console. Imagine if you were buying a DLC nowadays and you had to physically fit the hardware onto your console. I think that would blow some people's minds. But in the older days, that's what needed to be done. If you wanted to play CD quality things on your Sega, you had to install a Sega CD. But for gameplay, for visuals, for music like this, if you had the money to afford it, it was totally worth it. And I understand people can come from different financial backgrounds. I truly understand that. That's why I'm glad to bring these experiences to you for free, where you can always enjoy them for entertainment or relaxation. I'll do it if you're not able to. After all, games should be able to be enjoyed by everyone. Now look at this. There's an interesting fact coming up. The reason Sonic was vibing very heavily there is because that's the last metal Sonic projector in the entire game. Why? Because after this zone, there are going to be no more metal Sonic projectors for the rest of the game. Why? You're gonna have to find out with me, my friends. Boing. Now we need to be cautious here. As fast as we can go, there are still environmental hazards that can stop us and put an end to our nearly endless supply of rings we keep finding. We won't need them for the special stage, but it's nice to have as a source of life. And a way of keeping score, of course. Use this to travel to the future. Keeping the momentum is more challenging in Stardust Speedway than actually gaining the speed in the first place. Here we are. Now, another future signpost. Can we do it again from here? Right. Let's figure this out. Can we go to the future from here? Yes. Alright. Stardust Speedway. Good future. Here we go. We're drawing ever so closer to the end of the game. So we need some music to set the mood. Let's go supersonic. It's like a palace. Manually using these catapults to spring us away. Try and launch straight up. Get that last ring. Keep going. We can control the direction we go. Let's go up. Now go to the right. Right. Up. Up. Right. The goal. Stardust Speedway, Zone 2. Coming up next, as Sonic clears Stardust Speedway Zone 2 with a good future, it's time for a boss battle, and one we've been waiting on for quite some time. It's all been building up to this. The one in the holographic projectors in the past is in this area. Metal Sonic. Let's show them all who the fastest truly is. Let's go. Face to face. Metal Sonic and Robotnik. This world isn't big enough for both of us and one of us has to go. Well, I agree. This is not a straightforward boss battle. This is a race. Now, let's lock in and do this. We have to reach the end before Metal Sonic. Otherwise, Robotnik destroy us. You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you because I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it? This is close. Victory is ours. Metal Sonic charges extremely fast. Faster than Sonic, in fact. But we made it. But that's not the last we've seen of Metal Sonic now, is it? We'll see him again in the future. For now, Amy Rose is rescued as Sonic makes a good future in Zone 3. Now we've cleared Stardust Speedway. We still have one zone left. Metallic Madness. As is typical in a Sonic the Hedgehog game, the final encounter is usually in some kind of mechanical fortress constructed by Dr. Robotnik. For as short as that sequence was with Metal Sonic, it's one of the most iconic encounters because you're not simply jumping into him and inflicting damage. It's about a matter of who's the fastest. And Metal Sonic would go on to be one of the most popular characters in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And it's not the last we've seen of Metal Sonic, either in the game series or on this channel. Mark my words, you'll see them again. It wasn't just about going faster, it was about keeping momentum going and not getting stopped by obstacles. So neither Robotnik nor Metal Sonic could stop us. Metallic Madness, we're gonna try and go straight to the future. Because, now that Metal Sonic is destroyed, there is no Metal Sonic that exists in the past. Therefore, we can go straight to the future of Metallic Madness. No robot generators or Metal Sonic holograms left. All that's left is a good future in Metallic Madness. But even this music is foreboding. Like you're on the edge of good things happening. Almost there. But not quite. This will make the journey significantly easier. But no cakewalk. There are still plenty of environmental hazards in Robotnik's fortress. So while we watch out for environmental hazards, let's listen to the soundtrack absolutely going crazy on the bongos. You can see the ominous background of present-day Metallic Madness, and how even the technology mixed in with nature has this sinister overtone to it. After all, this is still Robotnik's fortress. Very reminiscent of Metropolis Zone from Sonic 2 or the Scrap Brain, or even the Death Egg. There there's always some kind of mechanized fortress, a final encounter with Robotnik. With no badniks in the way due to being in a good future, we are being richly rewarded for going the extra mile and taking the extra steps to ensure a good future. We're not done yet. We still have 3 zones left. It's almost like a labyrinth, but we've been through Sonic labyrinths before. Look how this went from a dystopian, harrowing future to now even the soundtrack. It's like it's on the edge. Like you're just barely there. You're just about to do everything you set out to accomplish. But it's still almost. You can still fail. Even in the future, there are still environmental hazards that are very dangerous. Goal signpost. Sonic clears Metallic Madness Zone, Act 1. With a good future. 2 more zones left to go. Let's make our future bright. It's a lot simpler now. Now that we don't have to worry about metal Sonic projectors or robot generators, we just have to focus on surviving, so we can have the final encounter with Dr. Robotnik. Future. This one will be very easy to reach. Thanks to these mechanisms here, there is a very easy way to go to the past or future. If we jump onto this item on the right and hold the down button, this will carry us as long as we need to set off one last time into the good future of Metallic Madness Zone. Bright skies. Still mixed with technology. We gotta be careful. The adventure's not over yet. But I thank every single one of you for making it this far, my friends. If we had to lose a few rings to get a shield, so be it. We could use it. With you, my spirits within at my side, nothing can stop us. They may be able to slow us down, but they can't stop us. We have all the time stones. We've rescued all of the animals in the past. Metal Sonic is defeated. Amy Rose has been rescued. Now, it's just Robotnik that's left. Sonic's arch enemy. We can switch sides, very similar to something like Super Mario World. And go to the back of the screen and the front. Use it to evade hazards and pick up items. Now think how much more difficult this area would be if we had badniks trying to stop us as well. Well, Metallic Madness is so corrupted. There is at least one type of badnik that will still spawn even in a good future. That's because it's categorized as an environmental hazard rather than a true enemy. So there is a single enemy that will spawn that will try and defeat us besides a boss. So we have to watch out. See, this is a zone that can easily defeat you simply by being difficult to get out of. After all, when you reach 10 minutes, Sonic automatically loses a life. Time's up. So I need to keep going forward and get out of here. Once again, it would be so much more difficult in a present or past, with badniks trying to slow us down as well. Now in a good future, we can concentrate. Look at these sheep, or rams, rooting us on. We could have to deal with badniks as well as exploring this place. It's dangerous enough as it is, even on the precipice of a bright future. Jumping on this will move it forward, giving us the leverage we need to reach a high spot. Remember what I said? There is a single badnik that can spawn in a good future because it's not categorized as an enemy. And also, there's a shrinking ray here, Mini Sonic. But we will use this to our advantage to reach difficult areas that are much easier when Sonic is mini-sized. It is still very awkward placement, designed to make you waste as much time as possible. An extra minute or two spent in this area could be enough to lose you a life and start you again all the way from the beginning. Or if you're unfortunate enough to have no extra lives handy, this could be the end of your adventure right here. We'll make sure that doesn't happen. We need to get out of here. We're almost halfway through our total allowed time. But we are masters of time and space. We'll figure this out. Careful, don't want to get crushed. Treadmill here, trying to lure you into being crushed. Be cautious at every step. We could only fit through here as Mini Sonic. There's anything through here? No, it's a loop. I shouldn't have gone through that door. Another example, it's trying to make you take as long as possible. We're bordering on 6 minutes. That gives us only 4 minutes left when it's done. We need to make sure we don't run out of time. Metallic Madness Zone, Act 2. Go through this area we could only reach as Mini Sonic. Damn it. That was unfortunate. This badnik will try and destroy us. We have an invincibility power-up right now. Let's make full use of it. Back to full size. Just as well we had it, or that spike trap would have gotten us. It's a trap. We need to position ourselves perfectly, or Sonic will be crushed. Position ourselves to the right. To the left. Goalpost. The end is near. As we speed onwards through time and space, Sonic made a good future in Zone 2 of Metallic Madness. Now it's time for the final zone. Metallic Madness, Act 3, Zone 3. Now we begin in a good future. We are set up to receive the best ending should we defeat Dr. Ivo Robotnik. So let's look around and make this final battle as comfortable as we possibly can. Try and look for a shield and extra lives in case we need them. Being in the good future makes this much easier to navigate. There's a trap ahead. One final encounter with Dr. Robotnik. Even in a good future, this is very dangerous. Come on. One misstep and it's all over before we even reach Robotnik. Don't jump too high. Oh, come on. We don't want to fall to our doom. Safety net. A safety net that's falling apart, but one nonetheless. Alright, now we have a shield. This could make all the difference going forwards. Being able to take one hit could be the difference between victory and defeat, and a good and a bad future. This little room in here is locked. A badnik trying to destroy us. We can only hit it when it emerges. Gotcha. Now there's two of them. Got one. Alright. All that remains is Dr. Robotnik himself. There is no circumstance you can't handle when you use your mind. Unfortunately, that also applies to Robotnik. Creates these magnificent creations. This is the final boss battle. But we can use our mind too. We need to figure out an exact opening. It's too dangerous to simply attack him. To wait for the ideal opening. This shield we obtain could be key to exposing that weakness. Yes, we lost our shield, but we created a gap that we can exploit now to damage Robotnik. We have to carve a good future at all costs. But now if we get hit, we will lose our rings. Let's keep this going. Patience. Can't rush into this. If we goad Robotnik into attacking, he will leave sloppy openings in his defense, getting frustrated he can't destroy us. Now he's getting faster, but more opportunity to be damaged. Launching projectiles at us, but he's too high to hit from this angle. We need to use his impatience. One more. The final encounter is almost completed. One more hit, and Dr. Robotnik will go down. Come on. Bring it on. One more hit. Let's do this, and save the future. We've saved the planet from disaster. There's Amy. Gotta get out of here. Bringing to end with a good future and the best ending Sonic CD ASMR is now complete. Thank you so much for watching this video, my friends. Going from past and present to future, I hope I have given you a complete, satisfying, entertaining, and relaxing experience that you can always enjoy anytime you like by visiting my channel, Alakazam ASMR. This is a legendary title in gaming history, and it stands the test of time even to this day. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to join me in more great adventures, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. There are many more adventures to come beyond this legendary title, known as Sonic CD. Thank you very much for your time, my friends. I appreciate every single one of you. We saved the planet from disaster. And now, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for making it to the end of Sonic CD ASMR. I hope you enjoyed, my friends. Take care of yourselves. There is no challenge you cannot handle if you use your mind. Believe in yourself and you will succeed. I believe in you. In any moment of darkness, sorrow, and pain, you can always visit one of my videos to have some chill, entertaining vibes. Everything's friendly here. So, I guess it's time for me to head back into the Shadow Realm now, isn't it? And start working on my next magnificent creation for this channel. We'll find out what that is in the future. And I hope to find you there. In a good future, perhaps. Take care of yourself, my friends. This is Alakazam ASMR, signing out, because you're too cool, my friends. Every one of you, you're too cool. See you soon, and adios, my friends. Oh wait, you think we're done? Oh no, Sonic CD still has some things worth finding. Welcome to the bonus content of Sonic CD ASMR. Let me show you. By making a certain button input, we access the sound test. Now normally I wouldn't explore this in games, as people can just type it into their phone or laptop and get the soundtrack wherever they want. But the reason we're visiting is if you enter certain combinations of codes, you have two hidden secrets. Now I'm not going to end the video on this first secret just because, I'm going to be nice. You put 46, 12, and 25 into this. You get a rather interesting Easter egg. Get ready. Hopefully you don't get nightmares. Now, by setting this little score here, 46, 12, 25, prepare for whatever the hell this is. This is supposed to be some kind of cute, comedic Easter egg, and it would have jovial music in Japan, but in America, this is straight up nightmare fuel. This looks like a creepypasta or something, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't want to end the video on this Easter egg, because I don't want to send you a land of a good future, of nice dreams and peaceful sleep, and then end with whatever that is on the screen. So that's the first little secret, little Easter egg. But now, let's get to an Easter egg man. Now, if you type a code here, we have one final thing to show you in the bonus content. 777 If you input this code, you access the secret special stage. A special stage which was dummied out of the final game, and for whatever reason, this special stage looks like Sonic! I'm trying to have a bath here. What are you doing in my bathtub and why are you so small? Uh-oh, Eggman's not pleased about that one. But yeah, we have a secret special stage. Rather than just removing it from the game altogether, they kept it in, accessed via the sound test. Is it really that easy to get into my bath now, is it? Next people will be asking me to sell bath water. Wait a minute. That's a magnificent money-making scheme. Okay, we're gonna keep Eggman out of this. We need to stop giving him ideas. Brilliant ideas, Alakazam. Did you enjoy making Sonic the Hedgehog CD ASMR? I have a magnificent appearance, but it's not the final time you'll see Dr. Robotnik or my greatest creation, Hyper Metal Sonic. You haven't seen the last of me. Anyways, I'm about to soak up the last of this bath, get this special stage done, and I'm going to question less of what's actually going on. Seriously, what is going on? Well, I guess we can sign out in this secret special stage and say thank you to everyone for watching. Yes, fine. Thank you everyone for watching, you worthless soon-to-be minions of the Eggman Empire. I hope you enjoyed this ASMR entertainment video. Now enjoy the secret special stage and like, comment, and subscribe. Or else I will know. And you don't want to get on my bad side now, do we? You don't want to make a bad future for yourself now. There's asking politely to do those things and then threatening them. Oh, I just do it so you don't have to, Alakazam. Now grab that last UFO. I designed them to be as annoying to grab as possible. Yeah, you definitely did, Eggman. Let's wrap up this video. Fine, everyone. Adios. Splish splash, it's time for a bath. Ah, what a nice guy. But yeah, we have a secret special stage. One more UFO. And then, we can say Sonic CD is truly completed. To the standard I wish. One last UFO. No, two of them actually. It's just strange being in the stage and having Robotnik just looking at us. But it is cool that they included this in the game, even if it was dummied out. I love finding old school secrets like that. Stuff that if you were in school or something, with no internet, you'd say, there's a secret special stage, and people are like, no there isn't, and when you find it, you feel like, no, a god among mortals. I know something you don't know. Something very cheeky and youthful about that. I know something you don't know. Now, let's go get this last UFO. Let's grab this last UFO, so we can GTFO of here. The special stage, the secret special stage, is completed with the credits of those who created it. Now it's time for the real farewell. Sonic the Hedgehog CD ASMR is now complete. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, everyone, for making it this far. Please feel free to show me some love if you liked this video by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's good to be back, and it's good to continue on in the future to make a good future for entertainment, relaxation, and fun. Take care of yourself, my friends, and I'll catch you in the next great adventure. Thank you for watching Sonic CD ASMR. I love you all. Take care of yourselves. And adios, my friends.
You can fly, you can Spinning through a world in motion. Take it all the way. Sonic Boom.